Hello and welcome to another update video about Algorand. Algorand is very close now to this target area on the chart here between the 88.7% Fibonacci level at 38 cents and the 78.6 Fib level at 63 cents. Yeah. So if we zoom in, you can see how the price is currently just hovering above the previous support. So we had support here before. We tested support 3 times. That was back in May 21. We had it in June. And in July 21, we retested here this 68 cent level, and we tested it again here on the 14th of March. Since then, however, everything that is coming up here is looking very corrective, and therefore I'm very confident now that we should really see a move into this target area. We had a descending wedge on the chart here. We broke it to the upside, but like many other cryptos, this does not seem to have been a descending wedge from which you break out with a lot of speed. I mean, to be fair, we could argue maybe we do the same thing that we did back here in July. So meaning that, yes, you broke out, you basically came down once more, but you made a higher low. The difference is we didn't make a higher low, we made a lower low. And then you start to go up from here. And again, that's fine, but I can't see it yet at the moment. So the first step would be to break above this 20-day moving average at 77 cents. We're currently below it. And what I really would want to see to get a better confirmation about an uptrend is here this $1.04, $1.05 level. I think when we get to that level, that can be a potential breakout point to the upside, from which we could expect potentially a more parabolic move like we did exactly when we came back. So we broke that level. That is the Fib level here, the 61.8% Fib level, a very relevant Fibonacci level. When we broke that back in August 21, we saw a huge move, and then we retested it, and then you moved to new all-time highs within days, guys, within days. So this is sort of the stuff I'm looking at. Algorand, I think, is very close to the completion of the correction. But this doesn't mean we couldn't see another 50% drop, yeah, from where we are. We could, without a problem, from here drop down to 38 cents if Bitcoin does another 20 to 30% correction, which I actually expect. Therefore, I'm currently very careful with Algorand. The chart looks okay, yeah, but also here, it did, in this current scenario, it made a lower low, and it would be ready to start from here to the upside. But if we drop below that 68 cent level, then we come below these lows here from July, May, and so on. And then it's a different wave count. Then we have a similar wave count to Bitcoin, and then we will have a similar wave count, Elliott wave count, like Cardano, indicating we could also, like Cardano, drop down into these ranges between the 88 and the 78.6% Fib level. That's what I'm looking for. Bit careful with Algorand at the moment. As I said, there is no confirmation of an uptrend yet. I mean, you can, we obviously, I showed you this descending wedge. We can now, like many other cryptos as well, like Solana as well, we can draw a different descending wedge. So that's a different one. Based on that, you could even argue we also broke out of that one, because you can draw it like that and you have another breakout here. Now struggling with the 20-day moving average. Now, if you see the 20-day moving average break, that's at 75 cents. Of course, you know, that could give it a boost, and we could suddenly start to move all the way up to $1.05, absolutely. But realistically, if you break it to the upside, the first target would be here, this 86, 87 cent level, that previous high, okay? So that's what I'm looking at here. And if we add the VPVR indicator, the historic volume, you can also see that if we break out from here, there's a huge resistance at this $1.04 level. So that will be a very important one. And if you break above that, as I said, it's the 61.8% Fib level, then we can say with more certainty that the low might already have been in. But at the moment, also looking at the price action, I cannot see it. And we need to understand there is a risk that we drop into the 62 to 38 cent level. And that is also what my primary expectation would be. We are pretty much very close anyway. And I think we can get there, especially looking at the weakness in the chart. I mean, we dropped below that ascending trend line, which is actually fine, which is what we expected on this channel. There are still some cryptos which are holding above this trend line, yeah. So some cryptos have exactly the same trend line, but are still holding above it. And my view is they will also come down at some point here and just have to finish off their correction before we can move to new all-time highs. Because what is Algorand doing? It's just correcting all of this crazy movement to the upside that we had. And if we take a look at the weekly chart, you can see that we are really in the last meters of the correction. On the weekly, we got all the way from that crazy overbought level, had a bearish divergence on the weekly chart. First warning sign here back in August, September 21. We then came down here and we're correcting down nearly to the oversold level. Yeah, so that is very interesting. There is further potential for further downside also on the weekly RSI. But again, the downside potential is limited and everybody just needs to ask themselves, at what point am I happy to go in here? Yeah, that's an individual decision. I can't tell you when to buy. I can only tell you we're at in the last meters of the correction, in my opinion. Yeah, very interesting development is on the 4-day chart, that the 4-day chart is decreasing momentum, constantly decreasing negative momentum, and you'd probably do a bullish crossover here on the 4-day chart soon. You can see how the MACD line is turning around. The last time that happened, we had a move to new all-time high. So again, this doesn't mean we couldn't see short-term further price moves down, but the overall on the 4-day chart, the negative momentum is reduced, and you can probably get this as a buy signal shortly, and that could move to new highs. I mean, it did that last time, didn't it? When it broke to the upside, we saw new all-time highs when it broke, when we had a bullish crossover on the 4-day chart MACD. You can even see one here on the daily MACD. So I think the very realistic chances we actually get into this yellow area. There are very realistic chances, but for now it did hold here this 68-cent level. From that point of view, it could at any point start up as well, but I don't think it will hold it. That's just my view. And if it holds it, that's fine. We're at very, very attractive levels anyway. So in the end, if you drop it to 62, or if you have the low in at 74 cents, you know, is it really going to make a difference? If we talk about after the downtrend, or when the downtrend is finished, about price levels of around, well, of at least $4, similar to Cardano, but more likely something around 652. That would be the 2.618 Fibonacci extension level. Now that's my view here on Algorand at the moment. Hopefully it was helpful. If you like the update, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and also subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.